Hey beautiful people, this is your girl Shimon Monet, and today I am coming to you with my updated skincare routine. So for those who do not already know, I have dry skin, have some dark marks, and some hyperpigmentation. So everything that I'm going to show you that I use is for someone with dry skin and also someone with dark marks and hyperpigmentation. So everything may not work for you, but if you see something that you think will work for you, by all means, try it out. So let's get started. The only thing I have on my face right now is my brows. That's it. So every day, no matter what, morning and night, I use my Garnier SkinActive Micellar Cleansing Water. I use the one with the pink cap. They have a couple different formulas. This is the one that I like and I've been using for a couple of years now. When micellar water first started coming out, I thought it was just something else to get our coins. I was like, I'm not spending $5, $6 on a bottle of water. But it's more than just water, I promise you. This gets everything off of my face, including waterproof mascara, ultra matte lippies that stay on forever. This will get it off. So I take a cotton round, and lately I've been liking the exfoliating rounds just because they have some beads on them, and I wipe my entire face. Now I'm not gonna wipe off my brows, but typically I would be cleaning that area as well. And again, I do this in the morning and at night, whether I have on makeup or not, I do that. Then after I use my micellar water, I go in with a toner. There are a few toners out there that are really good. This is just the one that I've been using for ever now, and it's by Thayer's. It's their witch hazel aloe vera formula, and I also get the alcohol-free version of their toner just because, again, I have dry skin and alcohol is drying. So for me, I don't need the alcohol. If you have oily skin, then a toner with alcohol may work out for you. But right now I'm using the lavender one and I really, really like it. I was using the rose petal one for a while, but this lavender one smells amazing. So witch hazel is just a really old school astringent. What it's gonna help do is just tighten up all those pores on your face. And I have large pores, so I never skip this step. Kind of putting it all the same areas that I did with the micellar water, except I really focus mine on the area where my pores are the largest, which is right in here. All right, so at the very least, my face is clean now, morning and night. I'm gonna go into moisturizer and I'm gonna get into my cleansers in just a minute. But now that my face is clean, it's toned, I'm gonna go in and moisturize. Now, sometimes what I like to use before my moisturizer is a facial spray. This one is by Badescu. It is the facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. I really like this one for all year round, whenever. It just leaves my face feeling very hydrated. And I can put this on before my moisturizer. I can put this on while I'm doing my makeup and throughout the day. They have another version that has rose water in it. That one leaves my face a bit tacky, so that one I'll use when I'm doing my makeup. They also have a lavender one that smells amazing, and I like to use that one at nighttime. But just a really great facial spray, again, to hydrate my skin because I have dry skin. So once all of those products are dried into my skin, I will go in with a moisturizer. So I'm gonna show you 3. This is the Pond's Crema S Nourishing Moisturizer. This has replaced what I was using before, which was just the regular Pond's dry skin cream. I was using that forever and it was working until my skin decided to just get super dry and it wasn't quite cutting it. Like, it would work for a few hours, but by the end of the day, my face was still feeling dry. So this right here leaves my face hydrated all day long. Another Pond's product that I like to use is the Clarant B3 Dark Spot Correcting Cream. It does come in a bigger bottle, but when I first bought it, I bought the trial size just to make sure it worked. And it did work for me. So this I like to use at nighttime, and I really focused it on the areas where I have those dark spots. I put it all over, but I dot it on my face right here and really work it into the areas with the dark spots in the lower half of my face, because that's where I'm darker. And this, I can tell you, this works. I've been using this for, I want to say 2 to 3 months now, and I can definitely see that my skin is getting lighter where it was darker before. So I'm not saying you can't use this during the daytime. You can use this whenever. I just like to put it on at night. This, if I'm wearing it during the day, I'll put it on during the daytime or night. Either or, it's fine. The most recent change to my skincare routine has been the incorporation of African shea butter. This has been amazing because my skin, I don't know, my skin just really likes it. So I can tell when something is good for my skin because it doesn't dry up quick. Like my face doesn't start feeling tight an hour or two later, because if my moisturizer isn't doing the job, that's literally what happens. Like my face will feel dry, and if I have on makeup, forget about it. It'll be super dry. So again, this is 100% shea butter, and I'm actually going to put this on now just so that you all can see what my skin looks like. So I literally just use my nail and scrape some out, put it in the palm of my hand, and I like to rub them together because this heats it up, and then press it into my skin. Now, when I put this on at nighttime, I'm heavy-handed because I know I'm going to bed and I want my skin to absorb all of this goodness. If I'm wearing it in the daytime, I won't apply as much. But this has been doing my skin really good. Do y'all see how like I know I look shiny, but within a few minutes, I'm not gonna look as shiny, but I'm just gonna, I don't mind looking shiny because I have dry skin. And for me, I'd rather look a little shiny than look dry and scaly. So yeah, I love the glow that my skin has after I use this. So again, if it's daytime, I'm not as heavy-handed with it, but I love it. So after I moisturize, whether I do it with the creams or the shea butter, next I go in with an oil. I was using vitamin E oil for years, loved it, nothing was wrong with it, but I just wanted to switch it up. So lately I've been using sweet almond oil. This is my everyday oil, and then I have another one which is from Derma E, Radiant Glow Face Oil. This is a little bit pricier, but it's still another phenomenal oil. This one actually has specks of mica in it, so I like to use this when I'm wearing my makeup. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's literally little golden specks of mica in it. That looks amazing on the skin. I'm gonna go in with the almond oil. I find it's a lot lighter than the vitamin E oil, and I literally just take a tiny little dot. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just a little bit. Same thing, I warm it up in between my hands and press it into my skin. Again, whether it's morning or night, I'm doing this. Everything you've seen so far, I do in the morning and I do at night. It's kind of just, depending on what I'm doing that day will determine which product I use. But I do the same thing morning and night. And I also make sure that I take it down my neck, because, yeah, you don't want your face to be all nice and hydrated and your neck dry. All right, so next I'm gonna move on to cleansers. As of late, I wanna say for the past 3 to 6 months, well, let me put it this way. For the past 3 months, I started back to using African black soap. 100% pure, raw African black soap. It came in a huge chunk. I cut this piece off and I keep it in a Tupperware container because it does stain. So I keep it in a container. But when I first started using African black soap, I wasn't using like a raw one. It was mixed in with a lot of other things and it did a good job. And then I kind of phased it out with trying other things. But I've gone back to using this 100% raw African black soap. And when I tell you my face is so clean afterwards, it's very clean. Now you do have to be careful with it. It can be drying if you're not careful. It also, because it is pure, it's not smooth. It still has like a lot of grit to it. Most of the times I don't put it directly on my skin. I'll lather it up in my washcloth or I'll use my hand directly up against the soap and then apply it to my skin. So you do have to be careful because you don't want to tear your skin being too rough with it. But it deep cleans so well, and it also helps with hyperpigmentation, dark spots. So that's what I have. I need something to help with that. So this I have started using again within the last couple of months. Before that, I was using pure Castile soap, plant-based soap. Again, this is another cleanser that gets my face clean. Days that I'm wearing makeup, this will get everything off. I like to use the peppermint scented one. It just smells bomb to me. Really, peppermint, like it's straight like peppermint oil, like it's strong. So if you're not a fan of peppermint or peppermint oil, then you're not gonna wanna get this scent because it is strong. But for me, I love it, doesn't bother me. I've never tried the, I believe it's pronounced Bronner's, the Dr. Bronner's version of this. This is just the Walmart version, Equate Beauty. It works perfectly fine for me. And it does have a lot of other uses as well. But I love this. As you can see, this is a huge bottle. I haven't opened it yet, but the one in my bathroom is almost empty and I didn't want to run out. So I figured I'd show you guys the cute new bottle versus the old raggedy looking bottle. But these two, Castile soap and African black soap, have been what I've been using, to deep clean my face. Typically, I don't do these in the morning just because they do, both of them, they clean very well, but they do leave me a tad bit dry. And I like to put a lot of moisturizer on and I do that at night. So typically in the morning, I just wash my face with water in the Micellar water because I've done all my deep cleaning at night. That's just me and what I do. If you want to deep cleanse in the morning, go ahead. I'm not telling you that you can't, just telling you what I do. So those are my two cleansers. That's what I've been using to deep clean. And I kind of just alternate. Typically, if I'm wearing makeup, then I'll reach for the Castile soap. And days where I'm not really wearing makeup, I'll do the African black soap. That's not to say that the black soap doesn't get it off. I don't know, something about that Castile soap, the way it breaks down all the makeup on my face, I love it. But I alternate between the two. Just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. So next we're going to talk about exfoliators. Exfoliating is removing the top layer of dead skin. Everybody has dead skin. Our skin sheds. If you are not exfoliating, you should. Your skin will thank you. It will feel a lot smoother. So a simple DIY is sugar and honey. Most people have those two ingredients in their kitchen. Sometimes I'll whip up a batch of that and use it on my skin. I really like to use it on my lips as a lip scrub. But when I'm not doing that, I have two masks that I love to use, and they are both by Freeman. This is the Polishing Charcoal and Black Sugar Scrub, and this is the Cleansing Apple Cider Vinegar Clay Mask and Scrub. So let's talk about this one first. Apple Cider Vinegar Clay Mask Scrub. Says it instantly tones, purifies, and mattifies for a flawless complexion. It does just that. Now, this is a mask that I will use in the morning. Sometimes I'll put this mask on in the morning before I get in the shower, and I'll wash it off before I get out because I have large pores. This when I wash this off, it looks like I have no pores. My skin looks so smooth. It is mattifying, but my skin doesn't feel dry, but it does feel clean and it looks so smooth. Like, it looks like I have primer on already and I don't. And then there's also tiny little exfoliating beads in it that aren't harsh, but I'm exfoliating, so I'm getting off the dead skin. I'm also toning my face, and my skin just looks so good after I use this mask. So I like to use this one in the morning sometimes. This is a polishing charcoal black sugar scrub. This is more hydrating than the apple cider scrub. My face actually feels really moisturized and hydrated after I wash this one off, just because the ingredients are different. So I'm just gonna let you all see what they look like, just in case you decide to use them, you're not shocked. This one is black. It has charcoal and black sugar in it. And I'm just gonna swatch it a little bit. That's what it looks like. So there are beads of sugar and it is black. Don't be alarmed. This mask is more of a clay based and it has a pinker tint to it. So this is what this one looks like. Oops. Just so y'all know. Because when I wasn't surprised that the black charcoal one was black when I first used it, but I was surprised when I used the other mask. I was like, oh, it's pink. Oh, okay. It didn't make me not want to use it. I just was a little surprised. So I figured I'd let y'all know. So these are the two exfoliators that I really, really, really love. Been using for quite some time now. And last but not least, for a deep cleansing mask, I have a separate video up on my channel where I go in depth showing you all how I use this product, but I still use it. It's still amazing. I will be honest, I fell off for a few months just because I was being lazy and I was trying other masks. But this mask right here is still like the best mask I've ever used. And I started back to using it again these past couple of weeks. And I can tell, one, that I wasn't using it, and two, just how well it works and how quick it works. I'm talking about the Indian Healing Clay. Now this is a pretty new bottle, so I'm gonna try not to spill it, but it's 100% natural calcium bentonite clay. And I take this and I mix it with apple cider vinegar. It has a strong scent. It's gonna start to fizz, thicken up. I put it on. I keep it on about 20 minutes because it does get very tight and it pulsates. For me, I love it. I've learned how to get it exactly how I like it as far as consistency. I like it a bit thicker. It still dries pretty quick. Get super tight, but for me, I like a deep clean. So this is still my go-to deep cleansing mask that I'm trying to get back to using at least once per week. So far, so good. I've been good these past couple of weeks doing it once a week. The reason why I really fell off and was being lazy, honestly, not because it wasn't working, but because the cleanup for me was a bit of a hassle, because it's like super thick and it was hard to get off, but it's worth it. And my skin loves it. So I'm going to keep using it. Am I forgetting anything? One more thing that I just started using a couple weeks ago that I'm like, where have I been? Because it's not a new product. So this is my honorable mention because it's new. I've only used it like, I think twice or 3 times, but it's these deep cleansing pore strips for your nose. Y'all, these things really work. I always have like little tiny blackheads and things on my nose. And when I use these bad boys, I pull it off and I am disgusted and amazed all at the same time. I'm like, ew, wow. All of that was on my nose and this little thing pulled it out. I got this at Walmart. They're so inexpensive. They work. So, all right, you guys. So that's pretty much it. That's everything that I use. This is my current skincare routine, morning and night combined. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you use, what didn't work for you, what did work for you, what you're gonna go out and get. Or if you have something else that I didn't, that I don't use that you want to suggest and recommend that I try, definitely let me know below. I already have in mind some things that I want to buy, some things that I've been researching that I want to implement. But by all means, spill the tea. Let me know what you use, because I just told y'all what I use. But until next time, guys, be blessed. Bye.